Alright. Hello, we are the recording. We have returned to the proper general meeting. It is a thing known as stuff and things. Um, I've already looked over the stuff for Sunday meetings. We've already addressed one of them, being the addition of the uh, influence cost to buying oils from Arlogus. That's already been set up. Um, the rest pretty much just suggestions. So if you go look at those, um, train new peeps progress. That's been looked at. It's already being handled. They should be sent um, to RP events teams soon to start getting their RP event training, and they should be sent to me soon for crafting training. There's a suggestion to move staff aspirant role above the adventure civilian for ease of visibility. Easy clap. Do it myself, or someone else can do it. Either which way. And another check to go over the adventure account that we have and see where we stand, see if we need to do any adjustments. So I know you were working on that earlier, Legacy, but if we can get that player count from Upkeep, I know Economy probably has a good idea on that right now too. So we can figure out how many adventures we have currently, our cap based on the number of GMs that we have currently as well, since the numbers have definitely fluctuated since. I'm not going to be too worried about that currently, just because the phase transition will be happening in about a month. It'll give or take a couple extra days because it's going to be early May. So yeah, but once that happens, we'll be on break anyways, and we'll have time to train new DMs and whatnot, and put out feelers and so on and so forth. So, um, as terms of what I've been working on this week, pretty minimal, as finals have started really kicking in for me for my classes. Um, the days I normally would be prepping have been filled with uh, work and homework. That said, I have gained an additional day of work each week at the hotel I work at, um, which means that during those days I'll probably be able to work on things again without too much issue. Because the homework I have to work at home, because my desktop can handle it, my laptop cannot. So nothing major from my end this week. But we are transitioning from uh, time phases, time skipping forward. We mentioned this earlier in No Mic Council, but for the
Tier 1 to
meeting
2.
purposes. Say again?
Going
Too
from
quick.
World Tier 1 to 2 with the associated player cap.
Yeah, so in May, beginning of May, we'll be increasing player tier, which will be world tier, because they're all tied together. So instead of being capped at level 5, players will be capped at level 8, I believe, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
which will hit them at that experience minimum to hit level 8. They cannot go anything higher than that once we do increase the cap. We'll also likely be giving people a metric boatload of days. At the end of that period of days that we give them will be when the player level cap actually applies.
And to preface, the only reason we put it at 5 to begin with was because it was a nice step into 2, and 5 is just kind of
Mhm.
that that's not a continued thing going forward. You will stop at 8.
Yes.
There's a few projects we should follow up on here which I'll type out in a section. Feel free to check the suggestion forum and balance discussions for now while I collate the stuff. Also yes, the active count was completed in Upkeep and I double checked on the few who didn't complete it. Most of them have been inactive since launch, so we can reopen those slots once we count GM availability.
Cool. Excellent. Most excellent.
So the
Go
other
ahead.
thing to that is we have to take the total number that we have that are active and then take away essentially 24 people.
Why is that?
because 18 of those aren't a static, and then another 6 once your static starts up with Duke will take
Mhm.
away another 6. So that
Fair
means
enough.
there are 18 to 24 people, because the other 6 that are in your static, since you haven't started yet, are still able to be in the pool that can be taken. There's 18 people now physically removed from that pool that are not going to join games because they're already in games weekly due to being a static.
It should be noted for my ones. There will be periods where they can join other
Yeah,
games, and I'll be requesting
yeah,
DMs to run subquests for them.
yeah.
But yes,
But that's still essentially 24 players removed from that cap.
yeah.
Not like they're gone, they're dead, but they are actively not in the pool of selectable people.
Mm-hmm. It does make it easier.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, unless that
Yeah, good
changes,
point. Though I'm gonna do more math on that and discuss it in adventuring so we can figure out how to calc that.
Mm-hmm.
Our GM availability is pretty much the same though, so our max cap count is pretty good to go.
Cool. Cool. In terms of the balance discussions chats we've been going for, I've read through the Ranger subclass rework people have been talking about. All companion class subclasses are on my docket to be updated. Um, if someone else in creation wants to look at them and adjust and suggest things, feel free. But they're all on my docket. I intend to give them each a pretty hefty customization option. So like the the animal handler feat, the one that lets you like choose these animal based abilities. Um, Most will be getting uh, customization options similar to those. Not those specifically, but basically a way to make your creatures unique. So right now, the only difference between Beastmaster is that what like animal base you're using, and all of them are very similar. They're just like reskinned. Though they do have unique abilities. While the dragon ones, pretty much every dragon is the same, besides the breath weapon and their immunities and whatnot, with a few minor adjustments. Um, Automatons are fairly unique comparatively because they have the ability to do upgrades, so they can be pretty unique. But again, it's on the list, and then the Phantom when that class is fully released on World Anvil, which should be soon. I just need to do a final few tweakings from the suggestions that we had in balance discussions. Um, but yeah, it's on my docket. I've been looking at it, and people can feel free to give me suggestions. I know there were suggestions for Artificer, a rework for that, and I know Systems you made a rework for Oracle, which needs to be changed to serious power levels. But right now, I think it's good to be clapped on as just a for now. So, um, I know we've been discussing the new professions for tools. There's some new things in there that I haven't yet to read. Those new professions are going to be added.
Question about something from last week. Did we clear Ladder's tool professions?
Yes,
I
yeah,
forget if you took a look at it, NERP.
I
I know
did.
Econ passed something nearby which was the proficiencies.
Yeah. No, the newest posts in the that discussion I have not read, but those professions are good to go. Or at least the concept of them. Because I haven't read whatever's new in there. Um, let's see here. In terms of question forum and whatnot, apparently people have been running the Artificer's Essence ability wrong this entire time.
That was brought up way before we had the discussion about the staff stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been a running thing.
Yeah. Well, it's noted now in question form. I have a
Yeah.
message there I need to read. I think it's from Blossora.
Should we get a clarification on that out?
Yeah, so if you go to the just right click it. I don't want to go into it because then I will read things that I have not yet read on accident. But here you go. If you go into my first post there, that'll clarify how it actually functions. It like goes into detail exactly how things work. So if we put a clarification out for that, that'd be pretty good. Because I don't know if everyone reads the forum posts. I imagine all artificers probably have looked at it or thought about looking at it, but it's not guaranteed. So having a clarification post on that would be good. Let's see here. As for the suggestion box, I know people are wanting to have sign language as something they can just take. I know some origins potentially have the ability to get new languages added on, so it's not out of the question, but it is essentially a secret language. People need to have the character be deaf, like a natural born deaf person or whatnot. Basically, that is one way that one can have it. Now that it's been unlocked from research, people can choose it when they make characters, and people can train into it. But I don't think we're allowing any rebuilds into it, just
No.
because it was again a secret language.
No, they will have to use your DDTs essentially to learn a new language or however it works.
Yeah, the only one I would say is a potential for it would be changing the Autosum Guard origin, just because the flavor does really work into the nature of the Perusian Sign Language. Which I will leave into your wheelhouse, Systems, if you want to approve that or not. But
I mean, that'd be fine. I do still have like the very old update to a bunch of the Perusian origins still outstanding in Firehouse somewhere.
I'll go look then. Firehouse somewhere. Okay, I'll have to scroll up a lot then. Unless it got hidden when I was scrolling down on accident.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
But I can add the sign language stuff because I think the way you flavored it was like it was literally something that group kind of did stuff with. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, that seems to be the majority of things. Nothing too major on my end. So just dropping the new time jump this week, probably today, maybe Wednesday, depending on if Legacy needs more time to get the patch notes together for us, or if there's questions that need to be added before it. That's all really on my end, though. So anything on anyone else's end while Legacy types her thing up, their thing up. Sorry, I see a picture.
Remember to finish out the rearranging for Ashen so we can get that out.
Yeah.
Or we can push it onto World Anvil. It's already out.
Yeah. I will be doing the edits that Balance Team suggested. Not all of them. Some of them were a little. But a lot of them were pretty good. Some of them were very like, yeah, that's a fair suggestion. And I'll be posting it to on World Anvil, not and giving it into the updates for World Anvil updates, not currently released. That way, players can look at it. And then probably next Sunday we'll fully release it. I just want players to give a chance to see if there's anything that us staff missed.
Well, that was the general plan.
So, yeah.
Send it out, see what kind of builds you're going to do, then take a bat to it.
But I'll probably be working on that tonight because I do work tonight. And since my work for the editing gig I do while at work, I don't have too much left to do. I'll probably just be doing only Living World work tonight.
Because if we push that out now, that gives or if we push it out, that gives us time to get prepared for World Tier 2 when we start getting into 6 and up, when people start like multi-classing and whatnot. Or decide that they want to retire, etc. Or no, it's soft retire for things if they want. Outside of that, no one signed up for training, so well, for both DDM and staff, as Legacy's already training the staff, so.
All right. Anything else? Anything anyone would like to
We've
bring up?
got plenty of trainees to work through right now, working on a batch which will go off to ND soon, and then the next batch.
Yeah, I believe Kate was referring to DMs. But yeah, no, for staff we're looking good.
Yeah.
They're almost sent off, so it'll definitely help.
There's at least 3 legacies doing now. Are you gonna do 3 again? Legacy, is that how you're splitting it up? For each one? I think I killed him.
I'd have killed him.
Damn.
Probably gonna do all of them together, but there's gonna be more specialization in the next set anyway, since some want to specifically go into some departments.
Okay. I know. I know one wanted to work with Wara, so on tech stuff, so that works out. Okay. Well, that takes what's 3 now. There's about 4 or 5 more, so yeah, that works out.
That reminds me, I need to get with Prisric. Talk with him about our automation for the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Or their sheet wizardry that I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I can do some sheet stuff, but god damn, they're really good at it.
I will bring up similar to the adventures things. I do kind of want to push for more full-time DMs. Because it's going back to how there's 24 players being removed. That take however many we have left, split it in half, because we have the issue of some physically do not like the idea of statics and others are, so you have to split it even more. And with the people who have retired, like full up gave away their slot, and the people we're going to remove, I believe it ends up being a very odd number and not an even one.
It's hard
I
to run
mentioned
when
that
people don't
earlier,
keep
we'll need
signing
more
up for the games.
classification to do
Alright.
more accurate math in terms of calculating our capacity.
So pushing for more full-time DMs does get us more people. Part-time DMs are great; they work out, but it also, like, the more part-time DMs we get, it does stretch that number even thinner. And we do start to see where, like, games get posted, and it's like, well, they only get like 3 people because there's so many part-time DMs that are taking from that stock.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
pretty
saying we shouldn't.
baffled at this point for myself. I mean, I've put up like,
Yeah,
again, I
like,
don't know if this one was too long, like 4 to 6 was too long for most people, or again, his time zone doesn't work, or what.
I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
I'm not saying not take part-time DMs. What I'm saying is, for a short time, we should focus on only getting full times to help the issue, because getting more part times only, like, band-aids the issue to for the future.
Yeah.
And then once we're back to like a stable number, the part time can kind of like come back, because that way we know it's not going to just be a band-aid.
I think a good thing would be to get with our DM team and just check how many have been able to get player signups. Like, what are we looking at in that regard? Because if it's more than just jokey, which I imagine it is, we might need just to increase the player cap regardless.
Which is fine. It's not like we can't handle like 20 more people, 10
Yeah.
more people.
Yeah.
Well, no, not 20. 6 per thing, like another 12 people. I keep forgetting that we have 4 to 6. Most people run 6, so I just automatically assume 12. Another 12 people isn't bad, plus the 4 slots that we have from the people that gave up their slot. fully, not like a soft retire, gives us 16,
Mhm.
which would, if we were at an odd number ish,
Not
that would
necessarily
get
abandoned,
6.
we'll just need to take a look at how we're set up in terms of pickups. If we're having issues with player signups due to time zones, we can totally open up slots.
Mhm.
There's significant demand for them, and
Yeah.
we're not doing the old V way of where everyone is guaranteed a game. It's
Yeah.
pretty asynchronous, with statics as an option for those who want to have more consistency.
But plus that does give us, if we do say get 16 new people, that's 16 new people that are either transitioning from Civ or being just straight up an adventure to fill low level games as well, that are not 5, and they'll this since it'd be fast tracked to tier 2 anyway
Big
after a
pool
certain
just
point,
means
so it's
more
fine.
opportunities for statics.
Yeah.
Honestly, our cap, unlike before, isn't GMS, it's staff capacity for downtimes, which is another factor we'll need to keep in mind calculating. Lots of math I'll need to take a look at later.
Mhm. Indeed. All right, and I'm thinking when we have the break, since we have a lot of our systems feeling pretty good,
Mhm.
And when we have the tier increase break that we're gonna have,
Mhm.
probably just gonna be like a month of people getting set up and whatnot. But at that point is when I'll be posting a lot of advertisements again and seeing if we can't get some more new blood in the server.
I'm pretty sure during the break, statics are probably still
Okay,
gonna
gonna post
run.
the first 2 projects here. There's others too, but I'll put these here as an update for you to look over in the meantime. Speaking of what you just said, that's the very next thing to follow up on, LOL.
Oh, the this Civ one, we still have to go through people who are like, um, yeah, have an adventure slot but don't really want to be in games. They just want the RP, which the Civ
Yeah.
slot did fix, but we still have to go through those people and change them so that
Mhm.
we can figure out how many more slots we have to give to people who want to be in games.
Yeah, definitely do a census for that.
Yeah. So that we can, because including the 4 that we already lost from for retirement, we have to see how many there's to add to the pile of rolling for later.
That's another intent of that project, yes,
Yeah.
but we need to redefine the slots first right now. Slots are still tied to missions at the moment, since this wasn't implemented. Good that you mentioned it, that's an important part of it.
I mean, thought the terms were already handled. Citizens, adventurers. Citizens are those who are RP only. Adventurers are those who can do RP and go on missions. With citizens being an exception to certain missions, as exceptions will always exist.
Like, for example, I think Month allows 1 Civ for his static.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be looking for a citizen for Whispering Knights.
You almost had it. You were so good.
Hmm?
You almost had it. You almost didn't say civilians.
Oh, I said citizen.
So it's adventuring slots, citizen slots, the civilian class, and adventurer classes are all the others, right?
Yep.
No. Systems, no. What if the meteor brought down bugs from space? We could turn Rouge into Starship Troopers.
We don't
Do
want
you want
that.
to do that? Do you want alien space bug night beasts?
We don't want that. I have stats. We don't want that. My alien space bugs are like the Tyranids. We don't want that.
That's like tier 5 stuff. It's fine. They can take care of it at 5 ish.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever looked at the Book of Wild Darkness from 3.5, but there's a creature type in it called the Chitons, or Kithians. I don't remember which one. Basically that. They're like little raptor bug things, but they function very similar to Tyranids, where they can like morph, take biological adjustments to the cells, give it like new biological weapons, so they can have like weird acid cannons and claws and change things and grow in different types as they evolve. They're those, but adjusted slightly.
Those are called babies.
Yes. But yeah, no, those they exist. They're in the astral sea and elsewhere. Let's not have them.
They're just hanging out in space. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if we have Dream help out, all three of us start doing some more advertisements, we should be good to go with that. Yeah, I'll be making accounts for all the main things, I think, so Reddit, mine's blanking, Facebook,
You can also post up on Twitter too.
Twitter's another one. Yeah, I have an official Twitter account. Yeah, there's some ones out there. I don't know all the social media stuff, so I'm not a social media person. But yeah, start going on through them. Probably start advertising in my school too.
We need to sit down and actually figure out where and what we're posting,
It's
so
true.
we can start writing. Haven't heard from Dream on that yet, but once you know where we're posting, let me know and I can try my hand at writing a post.
Plus, we still have the various amounts of Varen people that flocked here that will more than likely follow the Twitter, things like that, that will repost and whatnot because they, have full intent to want to be here as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, all right. Anything anyone else would like to bring up? Things to note down. Yeah, it's an ongoing process for Divinity. It's gonna probably keep going for a good long while because I've been sending them blocks of here's the next section of deities that you can work on, and they'll work on them. They finish them. I send them another block. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit probably. But Indraskus is nearly done. That's nice. What do you mean by that?
Oh, is that the thing for what abilities people can use or whatever? The listing that they've been trying to get out.
Oh, that's the downtime abilities people can choose.
The ones that I think people were wanting a comprehensive list of like what they can use on things like Destiny and like psionic die type of stuff.
That's the one, yeah.
Like
basically,
Currently the band-aid is it cannot be used
like
unless it
what they
lasts
can
for
use,
the entirety of an
okay.
hour.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Like people were wanting a list of that or whatever.
Basically, the only thing you have to do is make a list of stuff that you can use. You don't have to list everything, just what they can use.
Mhm.
Make it super easier.
Yeah.
There is no need for a huge list of everything that we have. You only put what they can use, and that's it.
Mhm.
Save us literally hours of work.
Yep. And as for pit fighting, not settled just moment, but since I have time this Sunday, probably will be looking over that as well, since I don't think the Ashen classes update will take me all night. Since I know it's been on our back burner for a while, I'll put that on my focus.
And I believe I don't think we pushed the new pit fighting thing either yet because
Mhm.
we can go over that when we're working on everything else during that month because it is tied to increase to proficiency across the board for a lot of people
Mhm.
and a lot more things coming into play as we're going forward because the tier jump.
Yep.
Technically we're in that tier jump again. Tier jump.
Mhm. All right. Anything anyone else would like to bring up? Things to note down.
No, I got none.
I believe you can add Templar to that one legacy.
Same. I know Fritz was our main user of it, but
think
I forget it exists.
I think Ladder has it now.
It's good to know. Choo. Yeah, my schoolwork uses it a lot too, so it's been hectic. Anyways, anything else from your end, Legacy? All right. Anyways, while they're typing up their thing, how's everyone doing?
All right.
Nice. Nice. Mm-hmm.
I'm all right.
That's good.
Easter's a fake holiday.
What? Oh, half the time I'm done listening to you. All right, how do I mute you?
I mean, by that logic, all holidays are fake holidays, which is true.
Yes. It's just like the Tooth Fairy. Who just lets the Tooth Fairy break into their house?
Don't mind our pagan rituals.
We gotta go back in time and start slapping people with bloody wolf pelts.
And then just takes your good tooth for a fucking quarter. Come on. Clearly it's worth $1.
Choo. Choo. All right. Then I'm going to drop the recording here. I see you typing though. I'm gonna wait. Cool. All right. Drop the recording here. Appreciate everyone's help, all y'all showing up and providing your input, all the good work and whatnot. We'll see you guys next time.